All right, I got a question here. How do you suggest to say no to people or projects? Okay, it takes practice. It takes practice to learn to say no, because even if we're not people pleasers, which we want to help. We want to help others, and we want to be of use. And sometimes it's that, sometimes it's, okay, I need to make this income, I need to pay my bills, I need to get more clients. So is it more, the question that you ask, is it more on a personal level or is it more for business?
It could be either, just because you were saying to limit yourself to, the rule of three. So if you, especially during the holidays, if you don't want to go to something or you have a conflict, and just how do you, because I always feel like I'm a yes person, even if I don't want to, like go to somebody's house, or because I really have something else I need to do, or I feel stressed about work or whatever, I end up still saying yes. And then it like is in the back of my head that I, don't really have time. I don't really want to go, whatever. And so I have a trouble saying no to things professionally or personally.
That's a very good question. Do you think you saying yes is guilt driven, that you will feel guilty if you say no?
Probably. I know I have a thing with guilt. That's one of my things I'm working on.
It's practicing it. You will get better at it when you practice more. And it's also asking, what are important things for me? It's like when you don't want to go, you don't feel like you have to, but you will feel guilty that another person will feel offended you're not going to, then the answer is don't go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like create some rules for yourself of what to do in different situations. That was a great question about how to say no.
Thank you. It's something that I definitely struggle with. So it's good to hear that I'm not alone.
Oh, absolutely not. You're not alone. And when I talk to women, this comes up very often because we are wired as people pleasers. Mm-hmm. And it's not wrong to serve. It's not wrong to serve. And we want to be loved. That's the main thing. We want to be loved, and if we don't please people, we can be guilt-driven, and often it comes from childhood. So if you ever want to explore that, we can go there. But it's unwinding that. It's forgiving yourself, and it's learning how to honor yourself. That's something for coaching, and you can explore it with your coach and focus more on that, because saying no, it's an exercise, but it's not that my goal to say no. My goal is to honor what am I here for. Right.
And that makes you say no to certain things naturally if you think of it that way.
Because if this is my goal, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing in this world, then if I say yes to this, this, and this, it's going to drain me from energy, and it's going to take energy from this meaning.
Right. And that's what
I ask for my life.
About trying to get back to helping, women businesses. And if I say yes to a million other things, then it takes me away from what I believe and makes me the happiest in my work and in my personal life. But it's that balance of, not if somebody comes out of the woodwork and I'm like, oh yeah, and then it doesn't fill me up with joy.
Exactly. That's the lakmus paper. Does it fill me with joy? Because it may be not a small woman-owned business in the moment, but it's like, oh my gosh, this sounds like such a good idea. But maybe getting in the habit of saying, this sounds like a good idea, but
Does it
let me get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, I was talking to women and said, oh, maybe you can talk to or coach our foster kids. And isn't it a great cause?
Mm-hmm.
But I said, I feel that my calling now is to educate women and to help women over 40. But let me pray about it. Because I don't want to say no, what is a divine appointment.
Right.
I
But
don't want to say no.
you need a moment
But
to
I need to know. And if it, sometimes you can even say yes to something that sounds exciting, but that's not what you're meant to do.
Right. I like the approach of taking a step back.
Yes.
Because in the moment, you always say, or you default to yes. But if you have the opportunity to say, that sounds good, but let me get back to you, then you can take that pressure off of you in that second that you want to say yes, and kind of have a breather, have some breathing room to figure out if it fits or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you need space, and again, it's space.
Yeah.
That space of silence, space of prayer, space of reflection.
I like that, space.
Yeah, it's giving yourself space before saying no. It's like, and exercising it as a muscle, and people will keep coming. And it's how not to say yes to the party you don't want to go to, and inevitably you still will go to a few of those.
Mhm.
Often, you will honor yourself.
Yeah, to be cognizant of it.
Exactly.
It's a awareness is like the first step, being,
Yes.
having it, even thinking about it, or I need to put up.
It's I often give this tiara message, and a lady who joined us, we call us tiara sisters, ministers, and it's putting on the tiara, even if you're wearing robe and slippers, and reminding yourself of queenhood.
Mm-hmm.
And the queen is not going to say yes, yes, yes to everything because she has a country to run.
Yeah,
She has a purpose.
Yeah.
Her life has a higher meaning.
Mm-hmm.
So get yourself a tiara. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
Put it on the same nightstand
Yes.
as your journal. Because then you look at everything from that perspective. What is my higher purpose? And then it's easier to say no to things that don't fit in.
Okay, I like that.